Hi, everybody. It's Miss Carrick here, and welcome to a new year in the middle school. We are so excited to welcome you to our arts programs this year. We are so happy you're here. I know all of you have your schedules, and I just wanted to share a couple of things about the specific disciplines. Number one, I wanted to be clear that you can definitely do more than one arts. We encourage you to. We have arts that run semester long versus ones that run year long. So I'll tell you just a quick little bit about each of them so that you're clear, you know where to go, and then you can come talk to me or Mrs. Perrone if you have scheduling issues. One of our fabulous semester-long electives is studio art. That's taught by Mrs. Isles. She's on the upper floor of the middle school building. With her, you'll do drawing, painting, ceramics, and printmaking. She will provide the smocks and any materials that you may need. So please don't worry about showing up with anything to her first class. She's got it all. She's ready to work with you and create some awesome projects. If you've signed up for woodshop, you're going to be working with Mr. McKenna. His building, or his room rather, is located in our upper elementary building. It's amazing woodshop. You'll be doing projects like building a stool, a whirligig, the nautical ditty box, maybe a cutting board, a clock, candle holder. He is one of the most patient teachers we have in the world. You'll learn how to use hand tools. It's a really exciting program, and if you have any questions, you can direct those directly to Mr. McKenna. If you signed up for graphic design, you'll be working with Mrs. Davis. She's in this middle school building on the lower level. She's now located in the sewing room, which is behind her graphics room. You will be using Photoshop and Illustrator, and with her, you'll be creating some really awesome projects. Calendars, magazine covers, game boards, and notepads. You'll also be using the 3D printer to create pens and some game pieces. A new addition to that program this year are her drawing tablets. If you're someone who's interested in illustration and animation, this is the class for you. It's very exciting. We then have another semester-long arts elective entitled Photography that is taught by Mrs. Moran. She is now also located on the lower level of the middle school building in what is formerly the graphics room. You'll be learning about the history of photography, going all the way back to pinhole cameras, all the way up to the digital age. You'll learn how to shoot landscapes, wildlife, architecture, portraiture. Cameras will be provided for all students if you're signed up for photography, so don't worry about that. They will be signed out on a limited basis for projects on the weekends, and she'll tell you a little bit more about that. And there's also some really cool display opportunities for young photographers in our loft gallery, which is the second floor of the PAC. So think about if that's something that may interest you. Another art elective that's semester long is both our fashion design and our fashion incubator, which is new, also taught by Mrs. Moran in that same space. You'll be starting off with figure drawing. You'll learn about hand stitching, learn the basics of sewing machines and draping. Some of your projects in this class may include fleece sweatshirts, fabric quilts, evening wear, and even some shoes. She worked on really cool espadrilles and sneaker designs last year. You're going to learn about shape and silhouette, and perhaps how to even design your own fashion collection. And again, for that course, all materials will be provided. If you have any questions, please speak directly with Mrs. Moran. She's happy to answer those. And our final semester-long arts elective is music technology. That's taught by Mr. Tennyson in the music technology lab, which is right next to the band room on the lower level. In that course, you'll be using GarageBand on his, and Logic Pro, which are installed on his Mac computers, and you'll learn how to create, record, and play back original music tracks. We have state-of-the-art equipment, and this is a great class for anyone who really wants to explore the art of composition. So we hope to see you guys there. Then we have our second category of arts electives, which you may also see on your schedule, and those are the year-long arts electives. The first one I'll talk quickly about is piano. If you have signed up for piano lessons with our instrumental form, and maybe you have no idea and you have to ask your parents or ask Mrs. Perrone, piano lessons are private and they will begin the week of September 23rd. Mrs. Dvorak will email you and your parents with all that information. Generally in grades 6, 7, and 8, your lesson would happen during a study hall, but it can also be arranged before school or after school. And again, you'll be getting information very shortly from Mrs. Dvorak, our piano coordinator, regarding your piano lessons. Our new program this year that we're launching is the orchestra. It's going to be taught by Mrs. Schrantz, who is formerly at Stanwich, and her orchestra room is going to be directly across from my chorus room. Some people call it the interrogation room. Last year we called it the choral rehearsal room. It's a multi-use room that is now going to be designated as her orchestra space. Orchestra lessons are going to begin on Monday. They will meet days 2, 3, and Friday during C period. And we got a lot of questions this summer about what is orchestra versus what is band. So, orchestra, just to clarify, is purely strings. If you want to study violin, viola, cello, bass, this is the place for you. Versus band, which is woodwinds, brass winds, and percussion. So, that's the main distinction. In addition to those orchestra times, Ms. Trance will meet with you regarding when your small lessons will be held based on the instrument you play. She'll also talk to you, by the way, about rental information. We're working with the Atelier in Cascab to rent all string instruments there. Our next year-long offering is the band taught by Mr. Tennyson down on the lower level in the band room. Again, if you're someone who wants to play a woodwind, a brass wind, or percussion, this may be the course for you. That course also meets on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays during C period in the band room. You may rent your instrument if you don't have it already through Music and Arts right on the Post Road. And Mr. Kimball, who instructs our jazz band, will be providing information very shortly regarding auditions for jazz ensemble and how that's going to work. So look out for an email from him and from me. Finally, we have chorus. Woo! I teach chorus. Oh, thank you, Miss Bix. Miss Bix is here too. It's going to be held in the music room on the lower level. If you are someone who loves to sing, we would love to have you. It is not about having the loudest voice. It's not about having the best voice. It's about building community through song and hopefully building musicianship. If you are someone who's interested in musical theater, you enjoy being part of a production, this is the place for you. And that's particularly important for the new folks because sometimes musical theater at other schools works in a different way. Simply by being part of the chorus, you are going to be part of our musical theater production. And we are very excited. We're going to be announcing our show in a couple of weeks. It is groundbreaking, and we are just so excited. For our concerts, all of our concert attire is provided, so you don't need to worry about anything. And this year, there are going to be opportunities for you, if you're a strong singer, if you're very interested in challenging yourself, to sing in an honors choir at our all-state and regional competitions. That's something we touched on last year, and we're really kind of going full force ahead with that. Chorus is so much fun. It's a great way to meet new friends, and I really hope to see many of you there. Finally, for the dancers out there, Mrs. Moy has gotten information out directly to you and your families regarding dance auditions. They're going to be happening the first week of school. She will be placing you then into the appropriate dance level. And I will let you know that we have so many children who cross over between dance and chorus. Usually our feature dancers are also our feature chorus singers. They seem to go hand in hand. So we work very closely with each other, and we are so excited to launch this year with you. This is a lot of information I threw at you, I know. If you are freaking out, if you have any questions, Ms. Bix is laughing at me, please come and see me. I'm in the music room. Shoot me an email. I'm happy to help you with your schedules or guide you or advise you in any way. We're very excited to start the year with you, middle school. See you soon. Bye.